These have got to be the most hyped up shoe of 2018. These are the Nike FREExMETCONs. So what are the FREExMETCONs? Well, they're supposed to be the shoe that you're going to want to actually run in and be able to do weightlifting movements in as well. Now, I know a lot of people are thinking that's the DSX Flyknit 2. Why do we need another Metcon? Well, this year the DSX Flyknit 2 is less of a running flexible trainer and more of just like a serious trainer. Honestly, to me it's just like a Metcon 4 with a higher drop and Flyknit exterior. Otherwise, the DSX Flyknit 2 is not the most comfortable shoe, and I honestly wouldn't do a ton of running in it. The Metcon 4 fits into the lineup as that's like the competition shoe. That's the one that you're gonna go to for the most amount of stability. So, and that one obviously is the worst running shoe out of the whole bunch. It's the best Metcon, normal Metcon for running, but it is a terrible running shoe. That's where the Metcon or the FREExMETCON comes in. This is designed with the principles of being a more flexible shoe that has training capabilities because of the way that they have decided to implement the midsole in the shoe. There's no more drop-in midsole like the Metcon 4 or the DSX Flyknit 2. This one actually just has the built-in midsole. What is that? It's the, if you've ever taken out the insole to the Metcon series shoes, it's gigantic, and this is just a normal sock liner inside of the FREExMETCONs. The midsole is built into this shoe. You can see it through the bottom of the shoe. That orange right there is the softer midsole, and then you've got a tougher midsole, which is this thunder blue part right here. That's the carrier foam for the softer midsole. The exterior foam is also fairly soft compared to the drop-in midsole of the DSX Flyknit and the normal Metcon. There are rubber pods on the toe all throughout the flexible area of the forefoot and the midfoot of the shoe. This is also for like rope abrasion protection. And then there's also some pods at the heel of the shoe that not only adds durability to the bottom of the shoe, but it also adds a little bit more structure so you're more stable when you're lifting. Now, looking at this shoe, it's the biggest departure from any Metcon that we've ever seen so far. I personally love the look of the shoe. I feel like this is very modern as far as shoe design goes. It's got a sock upper. It's not a one-piece upper. There's a bunch of stitches here and there, but it is a sock-like upper, meaning you're just gonna slip your foot in and then you're gonna tighten it up. Now there is fly wire lacing throughout the shoe. There's not a ton of them, and the TPU heel counter wraps around and also acts like a lacing system as well. You can choose to lace a little bit further down if you wanted a tighter fit, and to be honest with you, I tried it and it didn't change the fit for me at all. So I'll play around with it and I'll get back to you guys on that. Now the upper material is extremely flexible. It's mainly just like a sock-like upper. The whole toe area of the shoe has this kind of, I want to say, TPU webbing all throughout, and it's very, very flexible and very, very breathable. It's really comfortable to wear this shoe, and that's kind of the overall theme of this shoe, is that it's pretty damn comfortable for a Metcon, which is two things that are not synonymous. Now, the rear of the shoe still has the TPU heel clip for handstand push-ups. It's rounded on this model as opposed to the sharper one on the standard Metcon, so hopefully that works a little bit better, because I was never really impressed by the performance doing handstand push-ups there. Now, the real draw about this shoe is the fact that it is designed with the principles of the Free and the Metcon. So you have the flexibility of the forefoot. You can see all these little flex screws on the side right there, and that is to mainly just make the shoe really, really flexible. And then you've also got, like I mentioned earlier, the harder pods for more stability. Now, I'm sure if you were to catch the rope on the softer parts, it would still probably burn through that. But this exterior midsole or outsole is not like the one that you're going to normally find on the typical Frees that's mainly just a little bit softer. This is actually a little bit more dense feeling, and in my testing, I've only used these shoes for a day. This is a first impressions video. I did a workout and there was really no loss of stability or no glaring loss of stability working out in the Metcon Frees. The one thing that I did notice from using these shoes yesterday was that there was a little bit more pitch forward. Like if I were to catch a clean a little bit more forward, I would probably end up on my toes a little bit more than the normal Metcon. It only happened to me during one clean yesterday. The workout that I did consisted of a 3-rep max paused front squat, and I hit 305 on that. I just stopped because my bicep and my elbow has been giving me a little bit of issues when I do front squats. And then from there I did a 3x3 at 80%, so that was 245, and I decided to take that from the ground because I wanted to test the Olympic weightlifting performance of the FREExMETCONs. And honestly, they do feel a little bit softer than the normal Metcons, but I never was at the point where I was like, I won't be able to hit this because of my shoes. The WOD that I did was a Hero WOD, and it was the Hero WOD Co, which was 10 thrusters and 10 ring push-ups for 10 rounds. That wasn't the greatest test workouts, I guess, because you're really just doing the thrusters and they're only 95 pounds, and I didn't have any issues with any kind of stability there, but once again, it's only 95 pounds. So far, I think the comfort and the stability is actually really, really good on the FREExMETCONs. Do I think that they're better or a replacement to the Metcon 4s or the DSX Flynet 2s? Probably not, but I don't think that they are designed with that purpose in mind. Now, the FREExMETCONs retail for $120. That's only $10 less than the normal Metcon. I would not consider these an entry-level model or a step-down model. I'd consider them more of an alternative model for a shoe that you could wear on the daily, a shoe that's actually probably better for like lighter weight, body weight Metcons, boot camps, and probably running. I haven't done a ton of running yet in these shoes, but once again, this is a first impressions video. I've had a lot of people asking me about, the stability of the shoe, so I kind of wanted to outline some of that and some of the differences from the normal Metcons to the FREExMETCONs. Another thing about this shoe that I haven't gone over yet is the drop of the shoe is only 5 millimeters. The DSX Flynet 2 is 6 millimeters, and the standard Metcon is 4 millimeters. So there's not a real huge difference as far as the drop goes. And in my opinion, all of the shoes feel fairly flat, so you shouldn't have any issues, I guess, with stability in that regards. And I would still say that these are fairly flat shoes. As far as the weight goes, I haven't gone around to actually weighing them, but just holding them in my hand and holding the normal Metcons, these are definitely going to be lighter, I'd say by maybe just about an ounce. When it comes to the feel between all of the shoes, the FREExMETCONs feel the tallest from the ground, obviously because of the increased midsole, outsole material. So that's just kind of a given. Now, the way that these fit is like the Zoom Train Commands. If you've ever used those, it's really like the same upper design. They fit generally pretty well and true to size to the rest of the Metcons. The toe box is actually probably the widest in this shoe. There's going to be a little bit of space compared to your normal Metcon 4s if that's what you're coming from. The sizing feels a little bit more similar to the DSX Flynet 2s, but I would still recommend that you size these the same as your normal Metcons and your DSX Flynet 2s. Overall, my first impressions on this shoe is I like them. I think that they are a nice addition to the Metcon series. I think they're extremely comfortable, and I don't mind doing my weightlifting in them, or I wouldn't mind doing my weightlifting in them. But when it comes down to like performance or competition, I don't think these are going to be replacing the Metcon 4s or the DSX Flyknit 2s. But once again, guys, this is just a first impressions video. I just wanted to get you guys out some information about this shoe, mainly on the sizing and if it's stable, the build quality differences here and there. The full performance review will be coming in probably about a week and a half, depending on how much I could use these shoes. Make sure that you guys follow me on Instagram, as many reviews as possible. That way you can monitor all the workouts that I do in the FREExMETCONs. And also, I'll be posting up a written review as well as the video review, probably the written review before the video review, and that's going to be on my website, as many reviews as possible.com. If you guys have any questions about this shoe, don't hesitate to leave them in the comment section. Let me know what you think about the FREExMETCONs. And as always, guys, please hit that like button, subscribe, and thanks for watching.